Hi guys. I hope y'all have had a great week. For this discussion post, we were asked to find an article or a video that went along with this week's readings over intelligence. And I think what I found kind of answers the question of what we've learned about intelligence, or um, one of the things we've learned about intelligence. So I found a TED Talk by psychologist Angela Lee Duckworth called Grit, the Power of Passion and Perseverance. Um, and in this video, Duckworth starts by telling us that she used to work in a high-powered consulting job, but that she changed careers and became a seventh grade math teacher. And while she was teaching, she started noticing something that was really interesting to her, and that was that her smartest students weren't always the highest achieving in her class. And that got her really thinking, and so she became more curious as to why this is the case, and what other factors might be contributing to whether or not a student is successful, other than just IQ. Um, and so she went back to school to study psychology, and so she could research what other things really predict success. Um, so her and her team, they studied people in all kinds of different challenging environments. They studied West Point military cadets, National Spelling Bee competitors, and new teachers that were teaching in tough schools, and also salespeople. And across all of these different groups of people, she kept seeing that there was a specific quality that was a good predictor of who might succeed. And it wasn't their IQ, it was what she was calling grit. She defines grit as passion and perseverance for long term goals. So it's more about um, who can complete the marathon, um, about sticking to something, um, not just for a short time, but long term. She also found um, that grit and talent are not the same thing. Her data showed that some of the most talented people were actually less gritty, meaning they didn't always follow through with their full potential. Um, One thing that I found interesting was when she brought up growth mindset. As a teacher, I've heard that a lot. We don't really implement growth mindset in our school, but I know a lot of teachers have like a growth mindset bulletin board, and things like that in their classroom. This is a concept from researcher Carol Dweck, and the idea behind it is that if a child believes that their intelligence can grow, um, then their brain can get stronger when it's challenged. And they believe that their brain can get stronger when it's challenged, and so they'll be more likely to push through failures instead of just giving up. And when they have that belief, Duckworth says it's one of the best tools we have for building grit in young people. Um, so connecting it back to what we read this week, um, chapter 8 was talking about how intelligence has been debated, whether it's one single trait, separate abilities, processes, and IQ tests try to capture all of that through things like vocabulary, arithmetic, spatial reasoning, and language comprehension. But it also tells us that even though IQ scores do uh, can positively predict or correlate with educational and occupational success, that there are a lot of other factors, um, like social understanding, creativity, and motivation, um, which really kind of covers a lot of what Duckworth is talking about. Um, the chapter also discusses how intelligence is shaped by genes, family environment, schooling, and even broader factors like poverty. And Duckworth, um, her work on grit fits uh, it fits that environmental part, um, because she believes that if we can teach kids a growth mindset and belief that they can grow with effort and that their IQ is not everything and stuck in one place, um, that we can help build perseverance and resilience. Um, so overall, I thought that it was really interesting. Um, and thinking about it, I can definitely see and think about students of my own and people that I know that have a lot of grit and determination, and how much that helps them succeed and reach goals. And and along with other students that are super smart and you don't know why they just don't want to apply themselves, it seems like, or don't have the willpower to really put in the work, I guess. So I hope you enjoy the TED Talk. I think it's about 6 minutes long, so it's not too long, and it was really interesting. And I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. Bye.